Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of RV Tips and Trips. I know you've all been probably wondering what has happened to us. It's been well over a month since I've put out a video, and I've gotten text messages from people asking, hey, what's going on? So we haven't done any videos, and Kathy's channel, Kathy's Easy RV Cooking, we haven't done any videos there either. Everything started off okay. We were traveling. We went through Texas and visited some family in Texas and had a good time, and then went on up to Colorado to visit more family. When I got to Colorado, things started to go downhill. We went and played a round of golf. Well, I didn't get all the way through the round. I was getting really tired and had difficulty breathing while playing. So we spent a few days in Lathrop State Park in southern Colorado, and then we continued on and went to Divide, where we have some family, and we were able to park the RV there. Well, I just started getting sicker, started running fevers, and had the chills, and a lot of coughing, and I couldn't breathe. It got really bad. I monitored my SpO2 levels, that's the oxygen saturation in your blood, and it got extremely low. At night it would go all the way down excuse me, to 68%, which is horribly low. Now, we were at a high elevation too, which did not help, but I could barely walk from the trailer to the house without being winded. It was just horrible, and it was not getting any better. I went quite a few days before I did anything about it. So I lost my health insurance a few months back, and that's another story in itself. So I did the video doctor deal like I did a year ago or so when I had the ear infection. It works all across the country. Talked to a local doctor, and they were thinking that I might have COVID. And for me, that would be extremely bad news, because I have upper respiratory problems. I've had pneumonia and that in the past. When I told the doctor that my oxygen levels were going down all the way down to 68%, she really wanted me to go to the emergency room and be put on oxygen. I didn't want to do that. So, and Kathy and our other relatives didn't want me to do that either, because there is a definite fear where if, let's say, you do have COVID, you go in the emergency room and go into the hospital, they might not see you again, is what they were concerned about. But I wasn't so much, but they were. So, but I did not go to the emergency room. I did go and have a COVID test down in Colorado Springs, and it took about 3 days before I got the results back, and it showed negative for COVID. So what they did is they treated me for pneumonia. I had antibiotics, and that seemed to work. That got things back under control. The fevers finally broke, and I could start to breathe a little bit better. Still was not 100% even after finishing all the antibiotics, but so we had to leave Divide, Colorado. Excuse me. We had to leave Divide, Colorado, because the elevation that we were staying at was 9,100 feet, and that was just compounding the problem. So we went down to a park in Morrison, and I'll do a review on that. I've done a ton of video on places that we've been. I just haven't been able to really sit down and edit and put these things together, but I will. Right now, I still have a lingering cough from this, and sometimes I go into a coughing fit, but my oxygen levels are now better. We're sitting in South Dakota right now, and the elevation, excuse me, is 1,600 feet. So the lower elevation has been a big help, and my oxygen levels have now come up to the 90 to 95% range. So it's like way better. I don't have fevers and stuff anymore. I took the antibiotics for about 5 days, and then, like I said, the fevers broke. So I can get around much better. I don't get winded like I was before. I mean, what a terrible feeling, being winded like that. Not being able to walk very far. Gosh, it was like the end of the world to me at that point. And like I said, it kept me down for a couple of weeks, really. But like I said, we're in South Dakota now. I feel better. Just had this lingering cough. Eventually that will go away. But I can breathe, and like I said, I'm not getting winded like I was before. So back on the road of recovery. So we will be putting out videos once again on a regular basis. And Kathy's channel, if you haven't seen it, Kathy's Easy RV Cooking, we'll get going on those videos as well. So sorry about it. Like I said, I really didn't feel very good, and I'm glad it's just about over with. So thank goodness it wasn't COVID. So I said I got to be careful with that stuff. And when you're traveling around like we do, you do increase your risk for exposure to the COVID. We are trying to stay in much smaller towns, avoiding the big cities. Besides, the big cities are kind of crazy these days with the unrest that's going on. I don't know what the hell's going on with this country, but so we stay in the smaller towns and avoid all the mess, and hopefully avoid COVID. So all right, so until next time, keep an eye out. My videos will be coming out. Thank you for sticking with me. I appreciate everybody still hanging in there, so I didn't lose any subscribers, which was pretty awesome. All right, so stay safe and happy camping. Bye now.